Welcome back. In the last video, I showed you how to run descriptive statistics in SPSS. Basically, I told you that if you want to run descriptive statistics in SPSS, you have to go to analyze. From there, you move to descriptive statistics, then you select descriptives. Once you click on this window will open. You move all the variables. Take notes, continuous variable. Descriptive statistics are used for continuous variables, while frequency is used for categorical variables. So you move all the continuous variables to this box, then you go to options, you select all the statistics that you want to appear in your results, then you click continue. Once you are done with that, you click OK and you have this result. And in the video, I briefly interpreted these statistics. In fact, I took you back to the SPSS presentation and I showed you the minimum, the maximum, the rule of thumbs for kurtosis, skewness. I also showed you the median, as well as the observations, which is n. But in this video, I will focus on the interpretation of this particular results. This one is not different from this. All the results are the same. I'll focus on the interpretation of these results, and to save your time, I've done the interpretation. I will just display the interpretation and read it out. So if you have any issue with the interpretation, at the end of the day, you can just comment or you send us a personal message. So now let me go to the interpretation. This is, I want to believe it is bold enough, but let me reduce the size so that we can have something that is bold and also readable. I want to adjust the screen. Okay, if you look at it closely, you will see that we have three paragraphs. The first paragraph, and take notes, we have three variables. Let me take you back there. We have three variables: height, weight, and current salary. So now here we also have three paragraphs. Each paragraph is focused on a variable in the results. The first one is height, the second paragraph weight, focus on weight, and the third focus is on current salary. Now let's look at that of height. I also want to display the screen so that we can, this may not be that possible. Okay, let me see what I can do so that you can be seeing the results as well as the interpretation. If there's anything you want to compare, you can also do that straight. Now this is the first variable, the height, and look at the interpretation. The height data for the 200 observations shows a mean of 86.49 and a standard deviation of 10.763, indicating moderate variation around the average height. You can see because the standard deviation is very low. The minimum and the maximum values are 40 and 98 respectively. Given a range of 58, however, the distribution is significantly negative. Look at skewness. The distribution is significantly negative because of this value, minus 2.415. I will also do a video on how to compute normality statistics, but here let us stick to the skewness, suggesting that most individuals in the data set are clustered at the higher end of the height spectrum with fewer cases on the lower end. If you check the previous video, you will see the rules of thumb here there. So I mentioned all these things in the rule of thumb. The next statistics is the kurtosis. Let me go to the kurtosis where you have this. This is the value. Now let me read it out. The kurtosis value of 6.932 indicates a leptochatic distribution, that is more peaked than a normal distribution with heavier tail. I mentioned this when I was also explaining the rules of thumb in the previous video, and this implies that there is a presence of extreme height value in the data set. So if you still want to understand this better, I will suggest that you first watch the first video so that you can see the rules of thumb for skewness as well as kurtosis. Once you have those things, interpreting the results will be very easy and straightforward. You won't even require any additional resources. Now let us go to weight. The weight variable has a wide range of 11,087, spanning from this 11,000 is the range, spanning from 882, that is the minimum, to 11,969, which is the maximum, with a mean of 6,662.61 and a high standard deviation of this is the standard deviation, 2789.436, and this suggests a substantial dispersion amongst the value. Please, you need to check the rule of thumb for the standard, not really rule of thumb, but when I was doing explaining the standard deviation under the theoretical part, I made mention of small standard deviation and a large standard deviation. So this interpretation is there as well. This smaller one means that the value or the data clustered around the mean, while this one means that the data or the value of this particular eyes, the values do not cluster around the mean, they stay far from the mean, and you can see that in the explanation too, suggesting substantial dispersion among the values. The skewness is almost zero, and when it is almost zero, what does it mean? It means that it is symmetrical, indicating a nearly symmetrical distribution. Meanwhile, the kurtosis is minus 0.941, reflecting a plateauchotic distribution that is flatter than a normal distribution and has lighter tails. This means that the weight values are more evenly spread out around the mean, that is based on this plateauchotic and skewness, with fewer extreme value compared to a normal distribution. Overall, the weight data appear approximately normal and balanced, and the reason for this is the value of skewness, which is very close to the mean. Now let us move to the third variable, which is current salary. Current salary data reveal a mean of $37,945. You can see the mean here, so it's straightforward, with values ranging from the minimum 16,200 to 135,000, producing a substantial range of 18,800 and a large standard deviation. You can see current value has the largest standard deviation and a large standard deviation of $19,483. The distribution is notably positively skewed. You can see the value of the skewness does not carry zeros. That's why it is positively. If it has negative, we say it is negatively skewed, but now it does not has a negative value, so we can say that we can conclude that it is positively skewed. It's notably positively skewed with this particular value, indicating that most individuals earn salaries below the mean, with a smaller number earning significantly higher salaries that put the average upward. Additionally, the kurtosis value of 4.122, you can see this is 4.122, denotes a leptochatic distribution characterized by a sharp peak and heavy tail, which further supports the presence of outlier or extremely high salary values. This result suggests that income is not evenly distributed across the sample. So the interpretation is very clear and straightforward. But take note, you need to watch the first video if you want to have a clear idea of how I come about these three paragraphs. Once you watch the first video, you will see the conditions, the decision rule, the rules of thumb, and with that you can just adapt it and also produce a fantastic interpretation of your descriptive analysis. Please subscribe to our channel, like our video, share it with your friends and colleagues, and if you have any question, let us know in the comment section. Thank you.